Mridanga. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Jana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Jana Jamuna Tira Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Jana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Jana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Nam. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ke, Kantaraj Srila Bhagavatam ki, Sego Premanandi. Haribo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 21, Text 41, chapter entitled Conversation between Manu and Kadama. Text 41, if you have it on your phone. Okay, got it. Mata dvija gune gustam, Mata brahmara vibramam, Mata bahinata topam, Avayan mata kokilam, Mata dvija gane gustam, Mata brahmara vibramam, Mata bahina totapam, sorry. Avayam mata kokilam, Mata dvija gane gustam, Mata brahmara vibramam, Mata bahina totapam, Avayam mata kokilam. Can you please chant? Mata dvija gune gustam, Mata brahmara vibramam, Mata bahiyata topam, Avayam mata kokilam. You can share it with them? Yes? Okay. Mata dvija gune gustam. Oh no. Technology. Mata Brahmada Vibramam Mati Bahina Tatopam Avayam Mata Kokilam Mata Dvija Gune Gustam Mata Brahmada Vibramam Mata Bahiyata Topam Avayam Mata Kokilam. Mata Dvija Gune Gustam Mata Brahmada Vibramam Mata Bahinata Topam Avayam Mata Kokilam Mata Dvija Gane Gustam Mata Brahmada Vibramam Word for word, Mata, overjoyed, Dvija, of birds, Gane, by flocks, Gustam, resounded, Mata, intoxicated, Brahmara, of bees, Virbramam, wandering, Mata, maddened, Bahi, of peacocks, Nata, of dances, Atopam, pride, Avayat, calling one another, Mata, merry, Kokvilam, cuckoos. Translation and Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. The area resounded with the notes of overjoyed birds, intoxicated bees wandering there. Intoxicated peacocks proudly danced, and merry cuckoos called one another. Purport. The beauty of the pleasant sounds heard in the area surrounding Lake Bindu-sarovara is described here. After drinking honey, the black bees became maddened, and they hummed in intoxication. Merry peacocks dance just like actors and actresses, and merry cuckoos called their mates very nicely. Omagyantivedandasya Gyanana Shalakya Chakshamitam Yena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhudale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Tadati Swavedantikam Vanchakapa Tudubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. When the mercy of the Lord is taking over, then the devotees are maddened by love of God. This is the scene here with the appearance of this lake. This lake has appeared from the tears of the Lord. So such a auspicious occasion that all living entities surrounding are just overjoyed with love of God. And we can see here that the bees are humming. So this is explained in the Chaitanya Charitamrita in relation to the tree of devotional service, the desire tree of devotional service. It says that the devotees, by the spreading of love of Godhead, they start to hum. Yes, devotees are humming very blissfully. And we see here, just like the bees become maddened, intoxicated from the honey. And you'll see descriptions in this same canto about the kingdom of God. So it's described there that there's a nectar flowing through the air. Like, you could open your mouth and you'll have some nectar like this. And there's all sorts of birds there, beautiful birds who can sing very nicely. But they quiet down, they stay silent because they want to hear the glories chanted by the bumblebees there. They're chanting the glories of the Lord. It's quite interesting description. So they are humming. This humming is, a sign of like satisfaction. And we have peacocks dancing like actors and actresses. So Vrindavan is famous for its peacocks, and everyone likes to imitate them. I can't do it. But His Holiness Kadamba Kamaraj, his legal name is Paul Cock, but then if you initial it, it'll be like P and Cock. So he's known as a peacock. So when he was a kid, his friends in school used to say, "Hey, peacock, when you start acting, where's your feathers? Show us your feathers," like this. So then he got his jacket, he unzipped the jacket, just like this, and he started acting like a peacock. And we see that in the pastimes of Krishna, they used to play, they used to chase after the birds' shadows as they flew through the sky. They used to play leapfrog and chase after the frogs into the water. And they used to imitate peacocks, animals like monkeys and peacocks. And there's a nice illustration. So you see Krishna bobbing his head like a peacock. And they'll play so much, they'll scream into the well ill names. So it's quite interesting. Like boys, they like to swear and cause ill names means they're swearing, cursing, This is the Braj mood, It's like the formalities are to the side to increase rasa. And yes, so the dancing of the peacocks is going on, and there's a temple in Varshana. I forget the name of the temple, but it's known as the Peacock Temple. So at that place, the pastime of Radha and Krishna took place of when they dressed up in like peacock feathers and had a rasa dance. And they danced together like peacocks though. And Krishna has a peacock feather on his head, and how did he get such a peacock? So a feather on his head. So the story goes that Krishna is playing his flute, and it's not ordinary flute playing. This flute playing is unheard of in the universe. It makes everyone go mad. It says like the wives of the demigods, their hair loosens, their clothes loosen by hearing this flute play. Lord Shiva goes mad and starts dancing. And Lord Brahma, he's the husband of the goddess of learning, Saraswati. From her, all this like musical arts come from her, This sarigama padanisa, this all comes from her, And the Gandharvas, they're known in the universe for being great singers and musicians. But upon Krishna playing his flute, everything just loses it, pretty much. The rocks start to melt, and rivers freeze, they stop flowing, they go the opposite direction. And the birds, they pretty much just in standstill. The cows, they're stunned. They just become stunned like statues. And they try to like stop, block their ears with their hooves, and they're trying to, make sure they don't get stung by Krishna's flute, but it's too late, they get stunned. So this is the nature of Krishna's flute. Just it makes everyone go mad. So the peacocks, they were dancing to Krishna's flute playing, and they were dancing like anything, and they were so happy by Krishna's flute playing that the only gift they could give was the peacock feather. And Krishna is so humble, even though he doesn't need to be. He's so humble that he puts the peacock feather on his head, and this is how we remember the pastime. He was so pleased with the dancing of the peacocks. Okay, I will put this on my head. So humble. Krishna's humility comes up in many instances. There's a pastime where Krishna and Balaram dance. So every day, Krishna and Balaram go out to herd the cows with the cowherd boys. Unlimited number of cows. Nanda Maharaj had 900,000 cows. And Krishna, before he even takes bath, when he wakes up in the morning, he goes straight to the cows. Namo Brahmaya Deva Go Brahmana Itaicha. That the cows are more dear to him than the Brahmanas. Go Brahmana Itaicha. So he goes straight to the cows, and the cows are mooing. They will not move, they will not let anyone touch them because they want to be milked. So cows, they usually get milked first thing in the morning, like 5 a.m. or something like that. They won't let anyone milk them, they want Krishna to milk them. So they are mewing like this. And then Krishna also, he has like japa beads. He has beads as well. But he has beads for calling each of his groups of cows. So, there's like one called Mridanga Mukhi, which means Mridanga head. They have a head shaped like a Mridanga. So they have different groups, and he's calling them like that, Mridanga Mukhi, Swarabhi, like this. And they come running. And he's counting cows. And his Japamala is all jewels, actually. When he chants, calling the names of the cows. And Mother Yashoda, she's always in anxiety for Krishna's safety and comfort, And Krishna, his feet are very soft. The gopis say like, how we are so worried about Krishna's feet. They're so soft that he even feels like our own breasts are very hard when we put them there. So when we think of him walking in the forest, there's so many thorns and stones, he'll hurt himself. And they faint from thinking about this. So then Mother Yashoda is worried about Krishna's feet too. Hey, you're going to the forest, wear some shoes. And then Krishna's like, no, I will not wear shoes. Why not? Because the cows, they need shoes too, they're also walking. So if they don't have shoes, I won't have shoes. It's like, Krishna, come on, wear some shoes, this is not practical. No, I will not, unless you make shoes for them, I will not wear shoes. And if you think about how many shoes they have to make, it's like 9 times 4, which is like 3.6 million shoes they have to make. But the animals in the forest, they're also devotees of Krishna. They understand, oh, Krishna's walking without shoes. So what do? They stampede the whole pathway where Krishna's going to walk. If there's any stones or thorns, they make sure there's no thorns, and they pound the stone into dust, soft dust. And that's why this dust is worshipped by everyone, the dust of Vrindavan. Because Krishna has walked bare feet there, the gopis have walked there, the devotees have walked there. And it's sort of hard to find that dust there now, because there's a lot of tarmac. They put so much tarmac everywhere in the walking path. But if you walk around Govardhan, right next to Govardhan, there's paths that still have this soft dust. It's so soft. And it sparkles, it's like shining. you know. So devotees, when they walk through these paths, they roll in it. So each dham has a special like duty you have to do. So like in Mayapur, it's kirtan, right? In Jagannath Puri, it's honoring Mahaprasad. But in Vrindavan, it's to bathe in the dust of Vrindavan. So devotees are like getting all the dust and go, psh. Parthasati Maharaj does this every afternoon. He takes his disciples out for a walk around Govardhan. He stays next to Govardhan. So they go for a walk, and then he sits down, and all the disciples just start pouring the dust of Vrindavan on him. Such mercy. You know, this dust is magical. We pray to this dust of Vrindavan. I think I even have some in my Jaffa bag. A small little thing here. I can't get it out. It's in a small little... One devotee gifted it to me. What a gift! The dust of Vrindavan. So we are praying to be covered in such dust. And then, just like the cuckoos, he says, you're calling to their mates. The sound of the cuckoo is so sweet. It says that the cuckoo is very special, that it only drinks rainwater directly from the clouds, like this. So in the same way, devotees are like cuckoos. They only want to hear Krishna's pastimes. They only want to be absorbed in Krishna's name and qualities. Just like the cuckoos, they only want unalloyed devotional to Krishna. Savai pumso parodamo, yato bhakti yadoksaja, haitukiya pratita, yadapma suprasidati. That the supreme religious principle for the human being is loving service to the transcendental Lord, which has no motivation and no interruption. This can fully satisfy the self. So that's what the devotees are after. They don't want any, mix. They're not in for business with the Lord. None of this. They just want to serve the Lord to make the Lord happy. Just like Srimati Radharani says, if my unhappiness is Krishna's happiness, then that's my happiness. Like this. So, I forgot about the dancing of Krishna and Balaram. This is amazing. It intoxicates everyone. So this pastime, Krishna and Balaram, they go to herd the cows in the forest, and then they start decorating themselves. So their mothers, Rohini and Yashoda, they decorate them with like expensive, nice silks and jewelry and jewels like that. But they start taking off the jewels, and they start decorating themselves with the leaves and the ointment, from the ox sides. They start decorating themselves with the jewels of the forest, berries and stuff. So the cowboys, they help out. They start decorating Krishna and Balaram because they're creating a stage. All the animals are there watching, and different instrument players are put on stage, and now they're going to dance. And they dance like anything. And they have nice long hair. This is before they went to Gurukul. So they have nice long hair. It says Krishna's hair, because they're in the forest, the hair is kind of like nearly matted, it looks like the feathers of a crow. And then they start dancing, and they see their hair just dancing with them. And as they dance, they sort of do like nearly break dancing. It's amazing. And Balaram, he's in the middle, and he's doing like a handstand on one hand, and he's spinning like this. Full breakdancing. This is where it started. And then Krishna, he's doing cartwheels around Balaram while he's spinning in the middle, while at the same time playing his flute, at the same time getting the dust from Lord Balaram's feet and throwing onto all the devotees. And they're like, wow. And even the sky started becoming like enamored by this. And they also started dancing. The trees, everything was just inundated in love from this dancing of Krishna and Balaram. And then the cowboys, they say, wow, you're the best dancers ever. And Krishna goes, yeah, I'm the best. He's like, yeah, you're the best, But then, is it Sridham, his Radharani's sister, brother? Sridham or Subal? Which one is it? Subal or Sridham? Subal, right? Anyway, Radharani's brother is also friends with Krishna. She goes, wait a minute, Krishna. Isn't it true that you take lessons from my sister Radharani? You take lessons from her. And then all of a sudden Krishna becomes humble, like, oh yeah, how can I say I'm the best dancer when I have a teacher myself? And this is revealed in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Vrindadev has been asked, you reside at the feet of the Lord. Where is he? Oh, he's at the bank of the Yamuna. Oh, really? What is he doing there? He's learning dancing. Really? He's learning dancing? Who's his teacher? The Queen of Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani. Because the love of Srimati Radharani, bhakti, controls Krishna. We're talking about it. Krishna, liberation, material opulence he can give you, but bhakti he will not give because he can be controlled. Everyone is controlled in this world by lust, by Cupid, Madan. But Krishna is known as Madan Mohan. He is so beautiful, he bewilders Cupid. Cupid's firing arrows, but then Krishna is more powerful, he's more beautiful. But then Srimati Radharani is known as Madan Mohan Mohini. She bewilders Krishna, who's the bewilder of Cupid. So she controls Krishna with her love. So then how does this manifest in this world? This type of relationship, this type of love we never heard of, where someone would go all out for someone else, no matter what. So that manifests in the descent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna's wondering, what is it about me that Radharani loves so much? What is it about me that the devotees love so much? I want to taste that. I can't because I'm the object of the love. So then he takes the mood of Srimati Radharani and descends in this world as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the golden avatar. So Radharani, her complexion is gold. Tapcha kanchana gorangi radhe vindavaneshwari. It's like molten gold, her complexion. So he took the complexion, the duty. Why is this? Because Srimati Radharani was worried about Krishna. She's like, okay, I can give you my bhav, my mood, but it'll make you go crazy. It'll make you jump and just like land on the floor and crash. So you take my color. So then every time because Krishna's color is black. So every time you crash, I will take the hit. I will suffer this pain. I don't want you to suffer. So then Lord Chaitanya appeared. And in order to experience this love, he manifests the Harinam Sankirtan movement. That's how he expressed it. From chanting the holy name of the Lord and dancing in ecstasy, he was able to experience, Krishna was able to experience love for himself. This is the most esoteric understanding of the Supreme Lord that you'll ever find anywhere. No religion talks about this. No philosophy emphasizes something like this. That God himself wants to taste what it's like to love himself. And that manifests in the extreme mercy. That Lord Chaitanya, he says, my name is Vishwambar. Vishwambar means the maintainer of the universe. So how can I be the maintainer of everyone in the universe if I don't give them love of God? So this is the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Say pancha tattva mili pritaviyasiya puva prema bandhanina mudrikadiya panchalena lutta prema kanda ashwadhan yati yata priyatishan bana anikshan. That the treasure house of love of God it's the qualities of Krishna in there. But when Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago, it was locked. But the Panchatattva appeared and broke open the seal and plundered its contents. The next verse, I'll try to remember. Right. Puna puna pahaya mahamahamata hasagai nachik kande madamata. That the Panchatattva, they sang and they danced, which made it easier to drink that nectarian love of God. They had to dance. So in kirtan, dancing is helpful. I don't like the sit-down kirtans. That's popular now, you know. You know, it's like, when are we going to get up? You know, when's it going to go crazy? You know, I feel like we're just putting a lid on the box, you know. You know, the thing wants to bubble up. Let it bubble. Why are you holding it down? But the Panchatattva, they dance, and it made it easier to drink more of that nectar of love of God. In this way, they laughed, they sang, they danced, they cried. And this is how they spread love of God. This is how they inundated everyone with love of God. So this is our movement to actually Goloka Premadam Harinam Sankirtan, to make Vrindavan everywhere. You know, doesn't matter where it is. It could be in, like, you know, Long Street, you know, where there's all bars and stuff. But no, when the holy name comes through, the spiritual world descends. It could be in a university. We go into UCT. Okay, let's chant and dance there and bring people to the spiritual world. Because that's where we belong. Actually, we all belong in Vrindavan. All of us are from there. You know, even like the bridge buses, they leave Vrindavan, they want to go to America. You see them, you know, I'm from Vrindavan. Why are you doing here then? You know, and then they suffer so much in so many ways because it's, you know, cutthroat world. It's not like Vrindavan. And no one thinks about God. It's suffering at every step. But in the spiritual world, there's a dance at every step. This is what we need to introduce to everyone, that your home is with Krishna in the spiritual world. And the easiest way is by following Lord Chaitanya's example, by chanting and dancing in ecstasy, and taking prasadam. Chanting, dancing, and feasting. This is our philosophy. This is the pillar. This is how we roll. You know, if when in doubt, you know, it's like, oh, my Krishna Kajas, I don't know what's going on. It's probably you're missing out one of the three. There's no chanting, there's no dancing, or no feasting. Something's missing. Just apply yourself. And this is the nature of this movement. It's so sublime and simple, but very profound. You know, this is why we have the Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyakta Kara Bhagavate Kara Bada Bada Kala Yugadama Nama Sankirtana Sara. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that the Bhagavatam is revealing again and again. Kaha Bara Bara. Kaha means like to call out. Bara Bara means again and again. Kala Yuga Dharma is Nam Sankirtan. Sara means the essence. So the essence of Kali Yuga, Dharma in Kali Yuga is Nam Sankirtan. So, and you see, the introduction to the Bhagavatam is the life of Lord Chaitanya, right? So this is the how to live Bhagavatam, Lord Chaitanya's demonstration of that. So that's what the Bhagavatam is there. It's actually there. Prabhupada wrote these books, especially the Bhagavatam. You know, he only slept 2 hours every night. He really wanted us to have the Bhagavatam. Why is that? If you look at his pranam mantra, Namaste Saraswati Deve, as a service to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Gauravani Pracharine, he is preaching the message of Lord Gauranga. What is that message? Harinama, Harinama, Harinama Eva Kevalam. Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva Gatim Yata. So what does it need to do for you to understand this message? Nivasesha Sunyavadi Paschatade Shatarine. Impersonalism and voidism has taken over the whole world. So he needs to destroy that. So that is done through the books. Because if we didn't have impersonalism and Mayavad in our heart, then when we hear the holy name, we could just take it up. and be like an ecstasy and have no problems with it. But because that is residing in the heart, we're kind of like these Mayavadi sannyasis in Benares. They don't have any faith in the holy name. Just a bunch of sentimentalists. You should study Vedanta. What are you doing? Why did you do this? And he was very humble, And he says, no, I don't know. I'm just doing what my spiritual master says. Ishvara Puri told him, Nach go bhakta sangi kora sankirtan, Krishna nama upadeshi tava savajan. That you dance and chant in the association of devotees and teach people the importance of Krishna Nam. In this way, you'll deliver all the fallen conditioned souls. So this is the combination of understanding the Bhagavatam and the Yuga Dharma. Because if we don't associate with the Bhagavatam enough, Nityam Bhagavat Sevya, then we cannot chant nicely. We won't appreciate the holy name. His Holiness Kadamba Kamaraj said that chanting is like a fire, and hearing and reading the philosophy is like the fuel, the oil that add to it. So the more you hear, the more you can chant. And the more you chant, the more you want to hear. And the more you feast, and then the more you dance, the more you feast. And that's why I notice the more I dance, the more I can honor prasadam. So we'll end here. If you have any comments or questions, can you give them this thing? So if you have a question, you can take that. You have to say it into here, so then I can get it on the recording. It's already there. Yeah. Any questions? Yes. You don't have to hold it next to your mouth, just like in front of you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, very lovely class. Could you speak about the sound of Krishna's flute and the Maha Mantra, please, and the connection?
So the holy name is Krishna. Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Punasado Nijo Mukto Binatam Nami Namino. That it's like Chintamani, the touchstone, the holy name. Whatever you desire, you will get. Be careful what you wish for. I remember I was like 10 years old and I was like dreaming of Mauritius all the time. Yeah. I remember like seeing some like holiday show on TV. It's like, wow, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go. Now I go every year. I forgot all about it. As a devotee, I didn't even care about traveling and stuff. But now I go every year. And like people who go to Mauritius, like they're just old people who worked hard, and now they're spending their life savings on it to go there. And I'm going every year. So yeah, be careful what you wish for. But Krishna is really cool. He'll give you the desire in such a way that you don't really care about it anymore, and you care more about serving him. Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, that it's alive, it's dynamic. It's that Vigraha Rasa. Krishna is Akila Rasa Mritamurti. He's the complete form of nectarian mellows of relationships of love. Prabhupada translated Akila Rasa Mritamurti as the reservoir of all pleasure. And Punasado Nicho Mukto, that it's complete, pure, eternal, and on the liberated platform. Abhinato Nami Namano, it's non-different from the person name. So when you say Krishna, Krishna is with you. Prabhupada says, when you chant Hare Krishna, the spiritual potency and Krishna are dancing on your tongue. So it's never been, how can you have such intimacy with the Lord that you can touch him with your tongue? This is the blessings of the holy name. Because, yes, darshan we can have, but then the curtains close. Maybe the books are there, but if you have no light, you can't read it. Devotees, yeah, we can be with them all the time, but sometimes you need some space. But the holy name is always available for you. The holy name will always be there for you. It's a person. It's Krishna himself in the form of sound. That we can always be with him at any circumstance. So merciful, the holy name. And Krishna's flute, so Lord Brahma, after he did all his austerities, and then he had a vision of Golok Vrindavan and heard Krishna's flute. And then he manifested the Gayatri mantra. So from what I've heard, the Gayatri mantra is Krishna's flute, or something like that, is it? Flute. And then he chanted Gayatri, yes. So that's all I got so far.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I'm not so, maybe you need a Van of Gita expert. Anyone else? Chaitanya, about Harina? You have some? You can pound it in, let's do it. I'll put it up. Share your heart, Prabhu. This is allowed now, I give you permission.
Hare Krishna. There's a very nice book. I got that from Midrain Temple by Haindra Prabhu, Harinam Sangeeta. So he's referring from different song of acharyas, Narottam Das Thakur and all others. Prabhu is pointing out that in this age, just what you mentioned, that yes, we can have darshan, we can have books, but the purpose of all these books, the purpose of all these studies is to chant. And we actually forgetting the actual purpose of this movement, which is Harinam Sankirtan. He said, if Prabhupada actually wrote all these books to convince our demoniac mentalities, impersonalism, just to get us to chant. Because if we don't have that demoniac mentality, we don't need books. And we can even see that by Lord Chaitanya himself. He was actually preaching to, not actually preaching, but sharing with his confidential associate. But mostly was just chanting. Whenever he's out, Shiva's Thakur's house, they always chanted. But when he's with his confidential associate, Shabdamda, then they start sharing the pastime of Shrimad Radharani, intimate pastime. So the actual purpose of this organization, just chant and dance. Mahavishwa Maharaj told me, he said, there's only 3 things if you want to make fast advancement in this movement. The first one is to chant. Take prasadam and read. If you don't understand, keep chanting, reading, and everything will be revealed. Chanting. So, and we having Go Nitai, Shinitai Mapuchandra, our mandate is all over the world. Yes, we have Radha Madhava, we have Radhanath, we have all these Krishna deities, but our mandate is Go Nitai. And the next service we have to run it to them is just Harinam Sankirtan. It's Harinam Sankirtan. That's all I can say. Yeah. So I love your association, Prabhu. Please, if you can bless us more, encourage devotees. I'm always pleading my heart, whenever you are here, outside devotee, they don't really get your association, so they can at least get inspired to go out on Harinam Sankirtan.
Yes. Yeah, this is the sign of intelligence. Krishnam Varanti Swakrishnam. Sango Pagasapasadam. Yagye Sankirtana Praya Yajantihi Samedha. So that Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna, he hasn't come in a blackish form, he's come in Akrishna. And he's Krishna Varnam, he's always chanting the name of Krishna. He's appeared with his associates and weapons. Apparently his weapon is his beauty. It's very beautiful. And with his associates, the Panchatattva. And Yagye Sankirtana Praye. He's worshipped by Sankirtan Yagya. Ijantihi Sumedasa, those who have good brain substance. Sumedasa, not, cow dung brain. They have good brain substance, they'll take up this worship of Lord Chaitanya, chanting and dancing. Yes, this is how we worship Shri Shri Nitai Mayapur Chandra.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you Chaitanya. Anyone else have any reflections? Yeah. Yeah. You have to hold it so I can hear it on the recording.
No, thank you so much, Prabhu, for us going around the world and giving this inspiration. Because, if you've joined ISKCON that time when it was a Sankirtana movement, today it's like you kind of feel slightly out of place, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, what's wrong with this one? Harinam, honestly, books, honestly. There's nothing beyond the two. Nothing. Association of the devotees, giving each other those two things is what ISKCON is all about. So ISKCON has become many other things except the two. So we miss it and we appreciate those who carried it with them and who gave it. And when you do these things with purity, Krishna bless. We get a lot of people that come because they met you. Some haven't met you even around here. They've been traveling. And you and everyone else was doing. So that's like really very, very beautiful. And then when they come, you can see that they're sincere souls that Krishna himself picked. Yeah, and then they land in the hands that they land in, and then the journey starts. But I appreciate you, and I hope the Lord blesses you, that you carry on for long and long and long, and inspire others also. It may look like a crazy vision or weird vision, but the power that it carries, Prabhu, really, this is how you get anyone and everyone to know about Krishna. Personally, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Matt. Appreciate it. It's all by the mercy of my spiritual master. I didn't want to do Harinam. He gave me the instruction to do it. He said, if you want to conquer lust, make Harinam big. And then you must go every day, even if you have to go alone. So, trying to do that.
Yeah, it comes across that it's your life.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you for the blessings. Santi, you have something to share?
When we went Vrindavan, I remember sitting at Motikund, and that soft dust was there, and it was really glistening. I thought to myself, I wonder how much of it may be those crushed pearls from that pastime. And then I'm trying to remember this word, but I did a japa, a Shrai course with Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj recently, and he said, I can't remember the word Lakshana? I can't remember the word, the Sanskrit word, but it said that Lord Chaitanya says, you'll eat in the house of a person who chants, and I don't know the number either, but I think it's 64 rounds. Do you know the word?
Lakpati.
Lakpati. Anyway, I was just thinking of that as you were speaking, and it was inspiring.
Yeah, you only eat in the house of someone who has 100,000.
100,000. Yeah. So just thought of that as the two of you were speaking. So asking your blessings to John, Hare Krishna. favorably. Please Krishna and Guru Maharaj and all the devotees. Haribol, thank you for everything.
Thank you. Yeah, and we're not in this alone. You'd be surprised that Krishna accepts us, in a group. So we noticed this when we were traveling with Harinam Ruchi. So there'll be someone who would read more, someone who would chant more rounds, someone who was doing puja, someone had like shalagram shilas, someone who was like doing like sadhana, like, singing the songs like in the temple or something. So not all of us were doing everything, but we would come together for Harinam all the time. So it seemed like we were carrying each other wherever we were lacking. So we try our best individually, but if we are in the association of devotees, say like you're serving together, Sri Shrimai Pochandra, he'll accept you together. So if you feel like you're lacking, but if you're serving together, then the other devotee will carry the slack. We don't rely on that, but I'm just mean like it's a greater way to advance. I think there's some saying I remember seeing in the airport. If you travel alone, you go fast, but if you travel in a group or together, you go far. Yes. Thank you so much. Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Jai. Hare Krishna.